What is up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means. That we don't fuck around and we get right to business. So I do what I do and bring in number two. What is up, Deathmatch Toast? Oh, just messing with light tubes. Whatever.
What's up, everybody? I am here. Hello, hi, welcome. All the nice, pleasant things that I could say at the beginning of a show to make everyone feel part of the atmosphere.
Properly.
Shut the hell up. I just noticed your shirt. Whatever happened to that dude? I know he's still the comedian.
Yeah, he's
What
still.
was it? What's his name?
Jeff
Dunham or
Fafa.
whatever?
Jeff Fafa. Dunham. Yep.
One of the few
What's going on?
comedians I actually ever saw live.
I saw him
Anyway,
3 times.
what's up,
He's
Matt?
really good. He's even better live. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He is hilarious. What's up, Matt? Good to see you again. It's only been a couple days.
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say it's been a week, but that's even less. Like we saw him on Saturday. We'll talk about that here pretty soon too.
That was front
before
row
we do,
PPW, like always.
Yeah, like shocker. Yeah, let's bring in. We got one more with us joining. We're missing a few. We got some sick pit members, so we got JP going to be jumping in with us.
What's going on, everybody?
Just a reminder. Hey, guys, what's going on? I just saw this again, but if you don't click the link, we can't. Like, it's going to just show as a Facebook user. So whoever said hello, we're being nice because we've been gone for a while. This is our second week back, so I'm still going to be nice. Eventually, though, yeah, you get buried totally. So please.
I like that comment, Matt. Front row is the way to go. I just feel like $5 extra, sometimes 10, and no one can stand up in front of me. That alone is worth the price of admission.
I just always felt bad. Like I loved having front row too, but then I just felt bad for whoever's behind me because I'm so big. But then once the show goes on, I forget all about it.
It's tough. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to like an AEW event here. They have the worst venue here, I think.
Yeah, no.
It's a hockey venue. It's a hockey venue, which means everybody on the floor is on the same fucking level. And so for like 150 yards, 75 yards, if anyone stands up, you can't fucking see anything. So,
see what he did there? That's cool. Dose. Instead of 2.
Ready.
Clever. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Man, you know what? That's a great segue, though. That's a really good point. Wrestling at a bar, too, was fun.
Yeah. I mean, the talent killed it. Crowd was hot from bell to bell. That was there.
I agree.
We had low numbers. That happens. I know people were, no one attends, whatever.
Competing with the Christmas parade now.
Yeah, man. The Christmas parade changed their date. What am I gonna do? Like, I can't make the city of Kingsville change their Christmas parade.
We wrote a letter to the governor about it. We said, "Dear Hot Wheels," and then we scribbled it out and wrote Greg R. Buck. I mean, Abbott. We fucked it all up. We doubt he's gonna listen to us. But man, it was a great show. You know, like Josh, I've told you for years that since the beginning. What's it? Almost 2 now. PPW shows get better and better. I think that it's legitimately. You're still like Josh. Yeah. For those of y'all that have not been to PPW, like Josh is still running storylines that were set in motion on the first show. Like that's the thing that's crazy to me.
Still not done.
Right. As we saw at the end of PPW, that feud that is still going, is still running, and you know we have some huge news to talk about the events. We have a lot of stuff to get into, but Freddie's point was really great. Wrestling at a bar, Dose was a great show.
Yeah, shout out. That's right. He's never missed one. And shout out to Freddie too. He took over the filming duties. Like I said, as we announced last week here on the show, you know, he's helping me get ready, with helping me by doing all the fucking work, editing and getting it ready for IWTV. Like all I got to do is package it up at the end with a nice little email and send it. Freddie does all the work. So appreciate him.
Which
so we'll
editing is tough.
Oh, bro.
Tough, dude. I feel like I could get an IT degree before I could be a video editor. I've watched a couple of man. Shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to get our podcast back on and adding like intro music to it. Yeah, that's about the limits I can do. There ain't no editing. It's like what we say that's going. That's all. We don't do it. Screw that shit, man. But yeah, hey, there you go. Good shout out, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Nice to meet you there, man. I saw the high. It was a quick high and bye, but yeah, appreciate y'all coming out. I wanted to start though with what we had ended the last show, but since we're in PPW, let's recap it since we're in there.
Let's do it. No, let's do that.
And
sorry, dude, I literally walked into the pit before I walked in. I was like just thinking about PPW, going through my pictures. I was going in. I know you said.
Does JP have to do like earmuffs or something because he wants to watch it? Or we're gonna spoil the whole show for him?
No, go for it, man. Very good, man. I'm gonna watch it regardless, so go for it.
Yeah. So wrestling in a bar dose or two. I should stop saying that. Freddie's gonna inflate my ego too tall.
Yeah, we don't need that.
We started off with Ricky Ramirez versus Drew Dredd, which honestly I cannot get enough. Hey, I love you too, Lalo. I cannot get enough of Drew Dredd's run. Huh?
He didn't wrestle Drew Dredd. He wrestled David Kidd.
That's what I meant. That's what I said.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna act like you didn't say that. Move on. Okay. So yeah, Ricky Ramirez and David Kidd.
Yeah, give me a break. You gotta give me a break here. It's the beer. So no, you're right. David Kidd straight off the Magic School Bus. That was honestly a great opener. And it was David Kidd's return to PPW, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Correct. Yeah. One of the OGs of PPW.
One of the
OGs. Yeah. There's a returning hybrid.
I really like Ricky Ramirez in Into the World Party. Like one of the things that I really, really like about the Into the World Party, they travel together, they work together, they're very athletic, and Ricky Ramirez is kind of like they're faster of the three, man. He's so fast.
Yeah. He's got like the high flyer. Like he's doing backflips, he's doing moonsaults. His finish is sick.
And his finish was sick, man. Like I felt bad for David Kidd. Hey, buddy. Hey, I'm waiting on that hair versus hair match. We were trying. Listen, we really believe that there is a true blue great match of the year candidate out there. Maddie versus Mercer, hair versus hair. We believe it's going down at Texas Wrestling Cartel. And Mercer's trying to throw us all off the tail. But I think I figured out all the pieces of the poster. And what we're about to find out is Maddie versus Mercer, hair versus hair.
Okay.
Anyway. Interesting.
Oh yeah, so Ricky had the good finish with David Kidd. You like totally just took off to a whole nother. You moved to January, bro. Like we're still barely in December. I love the cartel. I'm not mad that you're talking about the cartel, but yeah, and there you go. I can't say shit because I already. Yeah. No. Anyway, so that was a great finish. His finishing move is super. Like it was nice. It shows his athleticism. Everything you're saying, it backs up how his finish.
Yeah, man.
Kind of like honestly, a moonsault into a DDT. Like it's pretty sweet. Yeah.
It was sick. Like and
thanks. I'm so happy Ricky came back. He left for wrestling for a little while, and I'm just so glad he's back. I can't say that.
The two of them had really been.
I need to tell him more of that. I need to tell him more of that when I talk to him.
The two of them really had like a good back and forth throughout the match. At the end of it, when that finisher came out, you knew it was over. Like you knew David Kidd was taken out. It was a good match.
Well, we try to start
second match.
Yeah.
The second match was
Drew Dredd. Roxco.
Versus Roxco versus Dill Dempsey.
There you go.
The triple threat. That one was a lot of fun. First and foremost, anything that has Roxco in it is going to be full of energy. Anything that has Dill Dempsey in it is going to be intense. And anything that has Drew Dredd in it is going to be like discipline. It's going to be a lot of fighting. And that's exactly what it was.
And the OG of OGs, Dill Dempsey, the winner of the first PPW match ever. Dill Dempsey.
Yeah, Dill Dempsey was at the ECWA PPW split show. That's correct.
Yep, and that was our first match we ever put on. So he's the OG of OGs. Sorry, Maddie. She's gonna be messed up. She hates me enough as it is. Yeah.
For those wondering out there, Drew Dredd picked up the win in that match. It was a really solid match. Great triple threat all over the place. I personally felt like Roxco kind of couldn't really get a rhythm in that match. Yeah. It felt like every time he started to try and get the gang up on Dill Dempsey with Drew Dredd was just remembering that only one man can win this match. And that's really kind of how they came out with the W at the end of it. So it was a good match. It was a good setup. I liked it. Good story.
Yeah. And then from there we went to the Cuervo versus Benny Dreams match, which had a lot of build up with the Jeff Hardy stuff, because I did a live last week, or was it the week before, I guess, the show. Yeah, so that was last week, and I interviewed Benny, and he was just talking about how Jeff Hardy and the Hardy Boys is why, and this and that. So Cuervo took that and kind of mocked them a little bit, and got the crowd whenever he came out to Jeff Hardy's music initially, which everyone, and then was dressed with he had the fishnet sleeves, the whole thing, like the whole. And for Cuervo, whoever's seen Cuervo, he's a very methodical, moving person. But then he came out and he did the thing, and then his music.
Cuervo really channeled his inner Hardy Boy. Like he went straight to South Carolina and he watched tape, man. Cuervo watched film. Came out with the white shoes, white and black shoes, pants, everything. Did the whole crotch drop. I mean, it was great. It was really good. But
that kept the energy going, like we're buddy.
Benny Dreams is Kingsville's favorite son. I'm telling you, that is what I'm going to start calling that, man, dude. I mean, every single person that comes out that night gets a pop, but the Benny Dreams pop is a different pop. Benny Dreams has a Road Warrior style pop, man, and that's really honestly true, man. Like, Benny's
and he picked up the win. Got his first win.
Man, it's amazing what Benny's done. He was hot off that tag team match with the End of the World Party, coming into PPW, really wanted to pick up the win, and he does it absolutely. Fire with the crowd. Kingsville's favorite, Benny Dreams.
He elevated it though, if y'all notice, because he always hits the swanton from the second rope, but he hit the second rope and Cuervo kicked out, so he finally went up top for the first time, man, and hit the swanton from the top.
That reminds me, I have a question for you, Josh. How nervous were you about that ceiling fan the whole show? I felt like the boys got a lot closer to it this time around than last time.
It was like we turned it off this time, because last time we had it on, which was much more nerve-wracking to me, but we came close to it once. Then we turned it off, and it's like they were trying to hit it. It's like, just like, don't hit the fan. We're like, it's gonna fall and ruin the show, like, But yeah. No,
I feel like at one point there was a vertical suplex, and we just had 2 feet right between blades.
No, it connected. It hit the.
Yeah, it finally bumped him. I was like, oh my gosh, the whole thing's coming down. We're screwed.
Yeah. But that's why we use a low blow.
Was it that's what I thought. I thought it was early. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was the big chopper style fans, helicopter fans up there.
Yeah, that's why we use it low boy. Could you imagine if we had a full size ring? We'd be swinging off of it. These guys are crazy, man.
Match. Whoever can survive the ceiling fan wins. Anyway, that leads us up to our fourth match, which was our Pure Open Wrestling Machine Golden Championship match, Open Challenge.
Doors match.
You had to call a bit of a last second change.
I didn't have to call, because what happened was, because Bryson Scott came on the show that I just told you about and crashed it and said, screw an open challenge, screw the surprise, I'm coming back for my belt. Well, Corvus did something that made Bryson not be able to make it in San Antonio, because they're both from over there, and all I know is Corvus just said, hey, he's not coming, and like wink wink. So I'm like, all right, well then it's open challenge again. So there just happened to be Corvus's old buddy backstage that decided he wanted to answer the open challenge, which was again the story from the last show, which is a story that's been going all over Texas, but we're talking about his PPW. Roxo had jumped Corvus at the last show after he won the title and cut off part of his beard, so that he decided to answer the open challenge and try to win the title. So they had a doors match, which, how many doors were there? We had 6 doors.
6 total doors. And
we broke 5 of them, I think. I think we broke 5.
4 or 5 of them did not survive. It was Dose for President was the only one I'm aware of that survived.
Why don't you shut up? You shut up.
Yes, but it's important to keep in mind that when there are wrestling open challenges, wrestlers should answer the open challenges always and only. Wrestlers, train talent, maybe referees, never fans. Fans should never answer an open challenge, especially when it's actively going in the ring. Just my 2 cents. You shut that dog up, Nastico. You're the one that's not welcome here.
Yeah, the dogs are welcome. They don't stink like you. Anyway. But yes, that's a great match. Yeah.
Roxo had to take on all of End of the World Party because to give you the play-by-play, we broke multiple doors in that match, and Ash went through one, Ricky went through one. It was all over the place, but at the end of it, it was too much for Raxo. And honestly, like, I love Raxo. Raxo's one of my faves. Raxo's my boy. What the fuck are you thinking about getting on the top rope in a fucking doors or tables match, Raxo? You cannot get off the ground. But I think he's gonna win next time. My boy Raxo, he probably was just back there tired from his first match. Maybe Dill Dempsey hit him with
I know, like that. Let's not go without saying that he wrestled a triple threat 2 matches before that, and then answered the open challenge.
Delirium kicked in. That's the first thing I asked him when he got to the back.
That man had balls, man.
Why did you climb up top like that, Raxo? I don't know.
Like I said, I don't agree with his methods and things he does, but man, I got a shout out for doing double duty like that because he just wants Corvus so bad.
Better than Raxo, man. Like, Raxo is the shit, dude.
Yeah, Ash did go through that.
That's one of those things. Like, that's very true. Like, just to get away from our PBW for just a second, when you talk about Texas talent that should be on your card, Raxo should be on your card, and that's not kayfabe. That is from top to bottom, man. Like, that's a guy who shows up, gets there early, works hard, knows how to work, has a great moral ethic about him, great work ethic in the business. If you're a promoter out there and you're not actively trying to book Raxo, it better be because he's not available on the date that you're running. That's just my 2 cents. Everybody should be booking Raxo. We don't want you on any show.
I don't want you in the business. Period. I'm saying, by not being clear, like, I don't want you on any show.
We actually offered up Nastico as part of the trade for Brittany Griner, and Russia said no thanks. Let's just stick to important people here, please.
Yeah.
So
Nastico's just lucky that his tag champs finagled their way into getting the titles in the first place.
Didn't you really feel the absence of the tag team champs at PPW this time around? I mean, all the belts were very well represented, except the tag team champions. We're about to talk about 3 title matches, and I got to tell you, I was really nervous about coming back.
4 altogether.
There was 4 total, right? But
we got 3 more to go.
From the intermission, because we'd had the doors match already, we'd had the great triple threat, we had all this stuff, and now we've got 3 title matches coming up, and they went bang, 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 man. No, not at all. Anyway, so the 4th match after intermission, when we came back right away, was our ladies match, correct?
Yes. Maddie versus Emmy. No champion's advantage, which almost cost Maddie a few times.
That's one of my favorite stipulations. I always feel like that's a really good sign that a heel's done good work in a feud when we finally get down to something like a cage match or a no champs advantage match or a last match. Like, when you finally say, all right, enough is enough. A winner's got to be a winner. And damn it, Emmy Camacho's earned it. Like, let's talk about the fact, like, you got to think about a girl like Roxy doing what she's doing in NXT right now. And you got to straight up, what do you say? I like it because she's fuck. Man, that's not fair. We don't know if you got hair or not either, Nastico. That's not fair. We're not wearing a mask. Anyway, though, Emmy Camacho, 18 years old, already challenging for championships, and she was on her own. Nobody was over there with her. She was the only Camacho on the show. And, I mean, it's just the way that she showed up, fights for the title, champion's advantage is not on the line. Emmy brought it.
She made Maddie be desperate, trying to, like, feeling like she had to disqualify herself last time to get out of it. You know what I mean? That's why I made it no champion's advantage. And then she still tried to use the belt at the end. She still tried to use her belt at the end. And then, luckily, unlucky for Emmy, caught an elbow with the struggle because Chandler came out to try to. Yeah.
Doesn't Emmy Camacho run around with the crew? Like, doesn't the Camacho name carry some weight with someone in our comment thread? And it's just weird that someone could have been there. People could have been there to help Emmy, but instead Chandler got involved mainly because of the Maddie part, and then Emmy lost out. It really feels like maybe if Emmy had somebody there with her, she'd have been all right.
Can't count on them. Anyway, so and still So we moved on from there to the lightweight championship, which was kind of it was supposed to be. You don't say it like that. What dumb? Delete that comment. I'm not even gonna put it on screen. Just killed it. This just killed everything that we've been working on right now by saying that. Anyway, so we're just definitely gonna move on. So yeah, so it was Crowley versus it was originally supposed to be Tommy Prince because Alexander Crowley won the triple threat against Tommy Prince and Eddie Martinez, Power Glide.
But
Tommy
the Dallas Burger King got really busy, and they could not let the Burger King leave for the evening.
Yeah, so he sent one of his loyal subjects, Dragon Astral, who was not a lightweight, by the way. Some reason he sent someone that wasn't, but Crowley brought him on anyway because I believe he was announced at 220, and he's 200 is the weight limit.
He was.
But Crowley, the fighting champion that he is, he said, bring it on, and it was a great match. And Dragon Astral actually debuted very impressively, if you ask me. And he's new, he's a new he's new to the scene, not just PPW. So that was a great match. But again, and still your champ, first ever lightweight champ. Alexander Crowley with Lilith.
Speaking of weight, while he's in the chat, I happen to have first-hand feedback from the crowd at PPW that they do not believe Nastico's clients are entering their accurate weight either. When I announced Nastico,
we don't think anything he does is accurate. Yeah.
When I told them that they were like, no, and I was like, that's what they said to me. They were like, you should have weighed
it's not you. Yeah, no, it's not you.
I said, I don't weigh them. I just say, hey, how much do you weigh? And they say 180.
We don't have a scale in the budget. Hello.
Man, we ran a show at a bar.
I used a pan for a bell last show from Dollar Tree across the street with a bottle opener to bring it with. We don't have a budget for a scale, man. We're trying to make somewhere for everybody to be, man. I own it. That we still trying to grow. We had a real bell this time, though. Damn it!
A nice bell, a pretty bell.
Yeah, with the hammer little on the chain and everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's broken, but it's okay. So that leads us to the main event, which was the one finally that we've been waiting on. Khan and Chandler Hopkins for the PPW championship, and man, that just they wanted it so bad, and Chandler the whole time because I didn't want any more. It was just going to be a match. And he was like, I want it. I'm going to take this guy all over the place. I want to beat this guy all over the bar. I want this to be no count out. So we, at the last minute, made it a no count out. Because that's what the champ, I felt like he deserved it because he got cheap shotted by him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we did. And man, did they utilized the no count out clause. I think they were in the ring for 4 minutes, total. And then we had I guess it was kind of what would you call that? It's like a fireman's carry onto the bar. We had a guy, Chandler was jumping off the bar. We had all kinds of stuff happening outside the ring.
That was hard. That was hard to deal with. So I have one piece of feedback for you. If you ever see a wrestling match go to a bar, you better go with it, and you better order drinks, and you better watch the fight, man. Because I had to watch that from the back of the room in the announcer spot, and I've never in my life I had to really control myself. They were on top of the bar, Chandler hopping off, running all over the place. And this is Shorty's bar. Mind you, Shorty's bar is chest height at this point. This shit was everywhere. At one point, they took out an old lady in the crowd. Shit was wild.
That was at the end, yeah.
These two wanted blood, and that was just, they were not.
Chandler wanted blood. Yeah, Chandler wanted blood. Yeah, he's the one that begged for that stip.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready for wrestling at Bar 3. Yeah. No, she was cool. She was all right, Michael. We talked to her at the end of the night, and she actually said that Chandler hit like a bitch.
Yeah, she said she asked me to book her for the next show. She wants a shot at Maddie.
She told me, she said, Chandler hits like a bitch, but does anybody have Khan's number? No, I'm just kidding. That lady was super nice. She was very hardcore. I believe she was family of someone.
It's Ricky Ramirez's mom. Right. So yeah, IWTV we're sending it to him tomorrow. I don't know. We'll definitely announce it's going to be soon. The editing finished today, I believe. Freddie can comment on that. He's in the chat. But yeah, so I've been saying and still, but our main event was and new, which really pissed everybody off. And I thought I was going to get stabbed by some of our loyal sponsors who sponsored Deathmatch Dose when I walked out of the curtain after the show. But yeah, and new. So with, of course, again, Maddie still getting one up on Chandler. Like now she's got the belt off of him because she came in.
Put this comment up.
What, I'm talking about something. I'm not. Let me finish what we're talking about first, bro. Calm down. She came in with the belt, kind of just the reverse of what happened at whenever she fought Chandler, and Jasper came in with. I mean, Khan came in with the belt. Watch. You got me worked up. Khan came in with the belt and took out Chandler. Then Maddie came out with the belt and took out Chandler. So we have a new champion. They've celebrated in the ring together. Chandler's not happy. That's all I can say. Chandler was not a happy camper after the show.
He was pissed. For those of y'all that didn't see it, Chandler went after he lost the match. He got back in the ring, frustrated, and toped over the top onto the old lady again.
That will not be seen on IWTV.
We had to physically remove Chandler from the building.
Yeah.
Man, JoJo, I was looking for you, dog. I haven't seen you in months. I was like, JoJo's coming. He was singing it from the high heavens. I'm so excited to see you. All I'm saying, JoJo, I miss you, buddy. Next show, Wrestling Bar 3. We're all going to be there.
Yeah.
I will not be the ring announcer next show. For no other reason than Hollywood himself is back. Mr. Terry is back. I've been filling in for him. PPW ran over on top of some stuff that Terry was working on, but he will be back. Yeah, it'll be back January 21st. We announced. I'll still be there. I'll still be working sound, everything. You know,
he's gonna show his DJ skills.
But now when shit goes down, I can start screaming and yelling with y'all again.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see everybody out there. Oh man, you know, I'm gonna say this one really out the fuck loud. There's nobody better than PBW's commentary team. Like a lot of people say that shit all the time, and I almost never get to hear them because I'm just always off to the side. Yep. So I really station myself next to them this time around instead of the table next to them they were announcing. I mean, it's really an amazing commentary team when you can not have to put yourself over, not have to rely on shitty jokes, when you don't get sidetracked on things in the match. And these guys are amazing. I cannot agree enough with Freddie. PBW's commentary team is tops.
Excuse me. I agree.
100%.
Yeah, I'm choking. So keep talking.
Yeah. So we just wanted to say thanks to all of our sponsors that sponsored us. I appreciate everybody that sponsored me. Thank you so much to Albert and Elizabeth. Thank you so much to the two people that came and bought a ticket to see me announce that night. I appreciated that I did sell tickets.
Red Card Lucha, shout out. Nombra, shut up, shout out. Roger Cooper again, returning sponsor, shout out. Our number one sponsor, Ryan Romano, shout out.
My guy,
Albert
Ryan.
and Liz, our constant sponsor as well. Shout out. And Shorty's Bar. I always count them as a sponsor. They don't give me any money, but they give me a bar. You know what I'm saying? Like they give me a bar and they let me pick the beer specials for y'all. And I think we did a good job this time.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Freddie. That means a lot to me, man. I really appreciate it. I'm just breaking into the announcing game. I'm really enjoying it. Everybody come out and see us January 3rd, where I'll be at Texas Wrestling Cartel.
7th
for them.
That's twice today.
January
7th.
Is it? No, it's
January
the
7th. January 7th.
Man, nobody tell Jeff that I cannot get this date right.
That's the second time I corrected you today.
If you're watching, this is all I can think about, and it is in my calendar. I do not know why I cannot get these dates right. January 7th. It's correct. 7th, you idiot. It's true. And you know what's worse? I even said that to Jeff. I told him, I was like, I'll see you on the 3rd. He was like, what's the 3rd? I was like, oh, shit.
That is amazing.
Man, that's a really good statement. Like, Shorty's is a really nice joint. Plenty of room, great beer specials, multiple bars, pool tables. It's clean. Great
they have DJs on the weekends. Like, you know what I mean? It goes off at night too. Like once after we're gone, then the party starts.
We hung out afterwards. We would probably look like the old people in the young crowd.
Oh yeah, I leave. Yeah, they start showing up, and it's like all these kids I go to college with. I'm like, all right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See ya. It's night time for Grandpa. So anyway, yeah. So PPW, we'll be back January 21st. Wrestling at a Bar 3. Like I said, I'm done with fucking coming up with clever names. Like I don't care. I'm just gonna worry about the matches. We're just gonna count them until we're not at a bar, and then I have to come up with something else. But
man,
Albert agrees. Something. What are you gonna say?
No, that was it. That was that comment. I mean, it was kids, and the next thing you know, we were out there dancing like old people. But you know what?
Yeah, for sure. So another thing I wanted to start off with, but we just kind of jumped into PPW is Baracho Pro. We mentioned it at the end, so I'm kind of want to catch the people that are here in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because we ended at the end of the show. Not everybody's still with us after an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, Baracho Pro. Which way is there? There we go. Go for it.
Yeah. So for those of y'all that know it, for those of y'all that have been living under a rock and haven't seen us just flooding your Facebooks with it, Juan, Lewis, all the Baracho boys that y'all have seen us at shows, y'all have watched us do our thing. We've announced that we're gonna attempt to run our own promotion. I try to keep saying promotion. I think my anxiety in me refuses to commit to anything but a first show, and I say show and whatever. But we are gonna run a show, like for sure, and gonna try to run several. But we've already started booking some stuff. We're narrowing down a couple of venues right now. We've already talked to a couple of guys about a match, and they definitely want to have a match, and they want to settle this in Baracho Pro. So we're super excited about that. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up, I know everybody kind of comes into the game and does the whole, like, we're here to change wrestling and blah, blah, blah. Like, I think that we always kind of say that we're here to leave wrestling exactly as it is and let it do its own thing, but just be a different avenue for it. Man, I appreciate that, Freddie. I definitely appreciate that. One of the things that we really just aim to do is we really want to let Texas talent speak for itself. We want to bring in outside talent, but we really want to mainly sponsor Texas or feature Texas talent. Like we talk a lot about, local guys. We talk a lot about, running something here that's important. I think a lot of us are really sentimental and are really happy about the things that we've been able to accomplish in the world. And I think our first couple of shows, we all kind of talk and smirk behind the scenes about like who we're going to rub elbows with that was always helping us. Like, who do we want to, book, like that we've always worked with. And it's been a lot of fun to just really dive into this and talk with people and get to know people. I'm sure some of you have seen us walking around trying to, hey man, I would love to, man, but you got to make it to the show, my dude, JoJo. I would love to book you in a spot, JoJo, but your attendance record is bad, man. How about this? How about you pay me
much farther away than Kingsville is. Yeah.
You pay me a deposit, and then you can come be it. And when you come be whatever you are that you get booked for, I will give it back to you. There we go. We'll work that out. It'll be reverse deposit. But anyway, we really just want to have fun. Like, it's nothing big. Like, we're not here to change the game or be the next big thing. We're not trying to say that anybody that's gone before us has, done anything wrong, negative, or we're going to do it better. We all love pro wrestling and just are trying to get involved and toss our hat in the ring. So please, if you're out there, support Baracho Pro. We're going to run a hybrid style show. We're going to try to run death matches on every card, and definitely feature a lot of lucha. For those of y'all that know us and the boys, we're big lucha fans. So definitely come out, support your boys. You're going to see a lot of local Texas talent. And it's Baracho Pro. We're running a raffle right now all the way to December 24th. First prize is a 5-inch TV. Second prize is a Nintendo Switch. Third prize is a tablet. The tickets are $20 a piece or $50 for 3. Everything that you give us goes right into our Baracho Pro Fund to make our first show the biggest and best it could be. If we raise, I'm telling y'all this right now. If we raise $5,000, we're gonna bring in Tupac. Anyway, excuse me. You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first, folks. If we raise $5,000, everyone wins, even Tupac. No, but like all jokes aside, like it's a 5-inch TV, which would be 2 inches bigger than the TV in your living room, Nastico. So come on down, bro. Yeah. Come on down, get you a raffle ticket. Yes, Baracho Pro social media, please follow us. We're on Baracho Pro on Facebook. We got Baracho Crew on TikTok. We have Baracho Pro at Baracho Pro, or actually still at Baracho Crew on Twitter, but it says Baracho Pro. Yeah, if you look us up, you'll find us. Man,
2024? Why are you waiting the whole another year? That's a long time.
Well, I won't speak for him, but I know exactly why he's saying 2024. Am I going to book you? I will tell you what, Nastico, I will book you when I grow hair or when you stop smelling bad. Either one comes first. Your call.
I think that's the nicest way anyone's ever told somebody.
Also, just so you know, I'm booking the death match side of it. That was actually the first match we officially connected with, booked, and laid down. This match, and I'm not giving anything away, but this match is going to take place regardless of what our date is. So that's the caliber of level that we have booked this first match. It is a blood feud. So we're ready. Real big things. Come and please support Baracho Pro any way that you can. Raffle tickets. It's one thing that I want to say, and I want to shout this out real quick. There have been several people out there that have given us money and refused to take a ticket from us. And I cannot tell y'all from the bottom of my heart, thank you enough. Like, that's straight up love. These people are just telling us, just take $20, just keep wrestling alive. And one of the things that I've gotten to see all the time in wrestling is how much promoters love their fans. But now you really get to see how much fans love, wrestling promoters and wrestling. And we're not even there yet. We're in the beginning phases, but we've had people that have just given us this and said, if I win, just sell it and put whatever, do whatever, So everybody, the love that we've been shown has been tremendous. I'll stop rambling about us. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, social media, reach out to us for raffle tickets. Much love. We love y'all. Can I segue into a deathmatch conversation?
I just want to point out too, though, if I do win any of those, I'm gonna raffle them off too, and then all the money's gonna.
Hey,
I announced that last time. Yeah, because I bought some tickets.
If I win that 65-inch TV, you guys can come over to my house and watch TV with me, okay?
Yeah, no,
I'm just kidding. I don't have any tickets in there.
I'll raffle. Yeah, I'll raffle it off, and all the money go to you guys. Yeah.
I tried. Okay, so here's the funny thing. I tried to buy 3 raffle tickets, and Juan just kept taking my money and going, "You're supposed to be paying for things anyway." So I'm not in the raffle. No one else is in the raffle. The Baracho Crew. Get your tickets. Just so y'all know, right now it's still fairly low. It's still a pretty good chance of walking away with some good prizes. Thank you so much for the support.
So yeah, you're the charge of deathmatch, so you can segue into deathmatch. Before we're going to cover AEW a little bit too. There's some AEW and E stuff I want to talk about, but we can go after deathmatch.
For those of y'all that are deathmatch fans and live in Texas, which is most of you on both occasions, Infamous Wrestling, which is one of the coolest fucking promotions we have around town. For those of y'all that miss heavy metal, Infamous Wrestling is going to be as close as you can get to it. They are running the Texas Deathmatch Massacre 2 next Sunday here in Austin at Come and Take It Live. It's December 18th. And I wanted to kind of go through that talent with you just so we're aware. Infamous books a lot of the heavy metal guys, so we know that Mercer's on the card, Dimitri's on the card, Jeff Gant is appearing on the card, the great Scott making his return to Deathmatch Wrestling. But we also have a few new faces showing up to Texas Deathmatch Tourney. We have the Merc coming out of Tennessee. I really, honestly, I want to, but the wife keeps saying, "Do not break glass in my house." I would love to, but you come break it over my forehead right now. We'll go outside, do the parking lot. Anyway, we have the Merc coming in. We also have Sawyer Wreck returning to Texas. For those of y'all that like Sawyer Wreck, man, I don't think anybody in the game right now is going as hard as Sawyer Wreck is. So that's a great one. Neil Diamond Cutter. And I don't remember who the last guy is. Let me round that out. But it's coming up this Sunday, Texas Deathmatch Massacre 2. Several stipulations.
Next Sunday, correct.
But yeah,
we'll cover a lot more next week too. But yeah,
Front Row is sold out. The last time that I forgot, I did like Mimosa. Don't tell him I said that. But yeah, Sky versus Sawyer Wreck in a Caribbean spiderweb death match. And don't be offended, anyone. I believe that match is going to steal the tournament. That match.
Explain what that is to us non-deathmatch people.
So Caribbean spiderweb is a death match trap that's designed for a wrestler to be tossed into and specifically trapped into it. So ideally, imagine a kitchen table turned upside down. You have this flat surface and you have all these wood pieces standing up and you run barbed wire across them. And when you throw the guy into it, it basically shuts around him like spiderweb or a Venus flytrap, essentially. It's nasty. It's gnarly. It was made famous in Japan in FMW. Mick Foley wrestled in these a lot. Terry Funk, a lot. Hayabusa, Onita, a lot of the guys. It's going to be a great match. And these two talents, Sky and Sawyer, are two people that often go the hardest when they're in the ring. So to see them pair up in the Texas Deathmatch Tournament is a killer one. I swear by Sawyer Wreck. She's the sweetest person you ever met. And then she'll go out there and bleed buckets. And she's just – this tournament is going to be insane. Do not miss this one. For those of y'all that remember, they still talk about Texas Deathmatch Tournament 1. This is the same setup. It's a sequel to it. We got a whole new group of guys coming in, a whole new battle to fight. Make sure you come and take it live. Sunday, December 18th, Infamous Wrestling.
Yes. Support Infamous Wrestling. Donnie's good. That's a great promotion. So like I said, and make sure you caught that it's going to be at a different, not their normal venue.
It's not at the normal venue this time. It's come and take it live. Black leather is great, but I just don't know how them little old ladies feel about light tubes, man. If you've ever been out there,
I don't think.
Basically, these little old ladies that run this leather shop and they close it down, they come outside and they serve beer and watch wrestling with us, and I don't know how they feel about all that blood. Yes.
Yeah. Diana's awesome. She's like turning into like top fan of PPW here in Kingsville.
Man, I love it.
Yeah, she's amazing. Cool.
So let's segue to you.
So yeah, so now we're gonna get back. Now we'll shift to we did indie, we did death. Now we'll go to like a little mainstream. And no, just in time, like see.
Sorry,
back to join us. It's okay. Segue to Nastico. Get the fuck out of here. So yeah, AEW. We can talk about AEW last night. I think the biggest thing, and I think we'll all enjoy to talk about, was the promos between the AEW champion MJF and next in line. I don't think would he be the number one contender because he has the guaranteed shot. So we'll say he's the number one contender. Ricky Starks. If you didn't know who the fuck Ricky Starks was,
now you know.
Now you fucking do.
Now you definitely
We've known for years, and we've said it here in the pit since they fucking won. But holy shit, was that a fucking promo?
That rebuttal from Starks to MJF.
If you look at the caliber of talent that Ricky Starks came up with in the world, he was the last one chosen, and he's the last one. He's currently at the top of the mountain, and it's really just amazing to see the world talk about Ricky Starks. Yeah, because I remember when nobody knew who he was. By the way, Ricky Starks got my birthday party a few years ago. Just saying, Ricky Starks came to my birthday.
I was waiting for that. Like you said in the promos, when he was living in his car in South Austin, like that's real. That was like that's what the best promos are, when there's like real in it. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, it was amazing. It's amazing.
Ricky's amazing. People do not understand that guy can do everything. I mean, I tell this story like I'm an old man, but we went to ACW one time. We sat on the commentary table, and I could not focus. That dude had me rolling. He's
what I was gonna say.
Talented in the ring, talented gimmick. You can talk with the best of them. It's amazing, and I agree. Ricky went off last night. I mean, it was great
against one of the top on the mic in the business as well. Like, let's not forget that MJF is standing at the other side of the ring. You know, like that was just an amazing segment altogether.
Oh yeah,
and then just the way he just kicked him in the nuts. Like
I don't think Ricky can win the title right now. I think Ricky proved last night that when he wins that title, it's got to be something to that caliber of like MJF or Mox. Like it's got to be big. And I mean, I just don't think they're ready to give up Mox and to a guy like Ricky. I think that would make it look weird for Ricky, look weird for MJF. So I think Ricky's going to lose eventually the number one title. But I'm telling you, in 2 years, Ricky is. People call him this, but he is going to be Rock level status in 2 years.
Yeah.
It's going to take that. It takes that journey. Like if you remember
Wrestling
the Rock,
it
was almost there. Right. Wrestling Rock. Wrestling Rock was almost there. But then they
not Dwayne Johnson level yet. Yeah.
Yeah. He's good, man. Ricky's so good.
He's so good. He's such a good dude too. Like the times I've been around him. I mean, I haven't spent as much as some of y'all have, but yeah, it's a good dude. Yeah, man. So that's really what jumped on my radar.
Also, to plug more Texas wrestling, if you want to know what Ricky versus MJF looks like, you can catch Ricky versus MJF from 2018 at Inspire on YouTube for free right now. And it was a great match. For those of y'all that are local fans that are not familiar with MJF's older work or Ricky's older work, they were both staples and mainstay in Inspire for a long time. So, yeah, you can definitely see that match back in the day. It's a great one. And you can still see very much of both of them in the match from 4 years ago. It's great to see the evolution from there. I watched it last night again. I was like, man, the growth is just staggering.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a beautiful thing. If you ever been to Indy, real quick, that point you just saying that has made me want to say again what we always say: support indie wrestling because you never know who you're gonna see.
Exactly.
That's gonna end up being in front of the world to see. And you know what I mean? Like support indie wrestling, guys. Fuck, man. I know I'm super biased, but it's the best way to watch wrestling. If you ask me,
not you.
It's just the fucking best way to watch wrestling. You know what I mean?
I told a guy that yesterday. He was like, "Oh, you like wrestling?" And he's like, "I like this, I like that." And I was like, "Well, the funny thing about me is I don't really watch wrestling on TV. Like, I go to a ton of wrestling shows in the area, and even my friends are like, why you drive to Dallas, Waco, Houston? Like, you know, it's on TV Mondays and Thursdays." I'm like, man, it's different.
It's
dude.
not,
Indie wrestling whole ass vibe.
This has happened a lot recently. I've got some new friends that we've made here in town and whatnot. And then they always, because they find out that I like wrestling, they're like, oh, well, my husband likes wrestling. Oh, he's a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, first, that's awesome. Second, there's levels to how big of a wrestling fan you are. Like if he's talking about Mondays and Wednesdays, that's a good fan. I was like, I respect that. That's cool. I said, there's levels to it, you know? So, you know, and it's not hard to get to the level, man. Go to indies, support indies. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Follow the indies. Yep. There's there's ways to watch them all over. IWTV has, I forgot how many freaking independent companies on their platform all over the world, all the way to Australia. Like, I'm insane. It's like fucking everywhere. So, yeah. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted you were going to say what I thought. I just wanted to point that out, man.
One of the things I was going to ask y'all was what you thought about FTR versus the Acclaimed.
I thought that was a great match.
I love both teams.
About the Acclaimed winning?
I'm not surprised by it because I know
could be.
I know it's supposed to be originally now like the downfall of FTR starting to lose their belts now because the Ring of Honor pay-per-views this Saturday and Briscoe's FTR, I guess part 3 with a double dog collar match now for the tag team titles. So
which will be great.
That should be a bloodbath. So that should be great.
The double dog collar match, is that just two dudes strapped to each other, or are they going to dog collar all four of them?
No, it's two. It's 1-to-1 and one.
Like one big X and they all just got to deal with it.
No, I think it's two separate dog collars.
It's two separate dog collars.
Like one will be the one with Briscoe, and the other will be the other Briscoe. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because that would get. I don't think,
and then FTR is probably going to lose the belts at Wrestle Kingdom in January. So.
Okay. Well, somebody's saying they finally made it. We'll remind them again. If you don't click the link, we don't know who you are. Appreciate the support, though. If it's just going to say Facebook user, appreciate you. There's a link whenever you join the thing that if you click that, it gives permission to show. Yeah.
One of my
fans. Appreciate you finally making it. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be. Like I said, I'm with JP on that. I wasn't surprised at the finish. I mean, Acclaim's hot as hell right now. They're not going to drop the titles anytime soon. FTR. Like, there's the whole relationship with CM Punk 2 thing behind the stage. So if they're gonna is that burying them? But they still got all the fucking belts. Because I saw also that because Ring of Honor ever since Tony bought it, like it's been on a lot of AEW stuff. Like you see a lot of the Ring of Honor, a lot of the Ring of Honor. After Saturday, you're not gonna see that much anymore.
Yeah.
Like he said no, this is the rebirth of Ring of Honor this Saturday. So this Saturday should be pretty fucking legit, even though it's at 4:00 and they're scared to run against fucking. NXT, which we'll talk a little bit later, which I think makes no fucking sense. That's just my opinion. They should run against them, but anyway, yeah. So I think that's a smart move, in my opinion. That get Ring of Honor back to being Ring of Honor.
Yes, it was Tony. What's up, Tony?
Nephew. What's up, nephew?
It's a minor. That guy can't buy beer. He's a minor.
That's why he's not at the Wrestling Nut Bar.
Man, the other day he was.
I better say that's all ages. It's all ages.
The other day I saw him across the way at Inspire. I was like, "Hey, who let that minor in this bar?"
Oh, the memories. That's nice.
We met. Yeah, for those of y'all not in on the backstory, we met Tony many years ago when we were all still old enough to drink beer, and at that time he was not. So his nickname in the group was the minor. And now that he's like 29, we still call him that anyway. We're gonna call Tony. We're gonna call Tony the minor when he's 78 years old, and we're still pushing him around the old folks' home.
Yeah, he's my guy, man. That's a good guy. Awesome, man. Glad you made it. Yeah. So I think that's a good move by Tony. Let's get those brands separated. Let Ring of Honor be Ring of Honor. Like it's not gonna be Ring of Honor like we remembered, but let's make it something. You know what I mean? They got great talent. Their titles, their champions are all great. They still have some of the old guys, the OGs of Ring of Honor in there too.
Like Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Eat the dog shit out of Darby Allin on last night.
Dude, that freaking muscle buster on the freaking skateboard.
Brutal.
Like on the wheels. On the wheels. Basically. Like the whatever the
metal part of the wheels.
I used to know what that was called because I had a lot of skateboarder friends. I don't know what it's called anymore.
Trucks.
There, he fucking right on his back, bro. Like
God bless Darby Allin for taking all his punishment, but my God,
yeah, he's
man.
I worry.
People will really talk about how like wrestling needs to be safe, and then go out there and tell the world that Darby Allin is their favorite wrestler. Like, hold on a minute. Why is that guy in the Darby Allin shirt giving Chris Carter shit about taking power bombs? This doesn't make any sense. Right. Doing fucking coffin drops on the steps outside the ring. Man,
we can go on and on. Let's not go there.
That kid is fucked up, man. I still remember when he took on Cody at was the original All In or the first pay per view, whatever. And he did that coffin drop onto the outside of the apron. Oh, I died inside.
Yeah.
I followed Darby for years when he was in Evolve and that violent feud with Ethan Page, where he legit got like a dent in his head because he put him in a body bag and he fucking threw him out of the ring and just went splat right onto the thing, goes like right around the ramp.
Yeah, because you can't see how to brace yourself when you're fucking in a bag. Like I don't care who you are, like you can't land right.
I think there's.
Oh my God, I don't want to see that.
That would be wild.
I don't want to see that.
There's these times where you can give a cue. Like, for example, recently Arrow Boy and Eric Ryan fought at Circle 6. And there was a spot where he put a big clay pot over his head and he hit him with a chair. But before he hits him with a chair, he bangs it on the ring and then hits him with the chair.
Of course. But I'm saying in a bag.
Out of a 10-foot ring in a bag, what's he supposed to do?
Like you don't know when it's gonna hit. How high did he get thrown? Like, yeah, that's crazy.
Man,
crazy.
I love you. Chris Carter, if you're watching, all y'all high flyer risky guys, if you're watching, I love y'all. But we have learned nothing but from Spike Dudley. We have learned nothing. Do you remember Spike Dudley getting choke slammed outside by The Undertaker and he hit
straight to the floor? And
he
begged for that spot. He begged for that spot. Undertaker didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Taker didn't want to do it.
God bless y'all.
Remember all those after drop the 10, he kept going flying through tables and everything to the outside.
We love y'all. We're praying for y'all, but you don't hear much about Spike Dudley and Perry Saturn no more. Take care of your brains.
Please.
Yep, please.
Cool. So yeah, we
also not
okay.
Chris Carter versus Darby Allin is a shit. Sorry.
Yeah. And hitting his head at the end of the table instead of going through. Yeah. Yep.
He was the original. He was the original throw into the crowd guy. He was thrown into the crowd sometimes during ECW.
Yeah, crazy guy. And like I said, he begged for it because he figured that's the only way he could get over.
Man, he got over.
Now
did he though? For a
that's
little bit.
Really like a fantasy booking situation, like a match where like a tag match with like two big guys, where Spike Dudley has to find a big guy and fucking Darby Allin has to find a big guy. And like, you know, we always talk about the fantasy past and present. Like, who will not die first? Darby Allin or Spike Dudley?
Live forever, hopefully. Both of them.
Anyway. My money would be on Darby Allin.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever seen his skateboard videos?
Yeah.
Of Darby?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
he's been posting some stunt videos on his Instagram too. So.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. The guy's insane. He fears nothing.
God bless him, man. God bless him.
God bless him.
Somebody bless him. Somebody bless him. Somebody, anybody. Anyway, cool. So yeah, we talked about that. So yeah, we mentioned NXT a little bit, and like I said, we don't need a deep dive into that. But something did happen that really caught my attention, which I think is going to elevate their tag division, which I think is in kind of need because the tag titles have been buried in the bloodline. Since they have all the big belts and they're not really defending their titles very often. The New Day showed up after what's this Dangerously Beautiful, or what the fuck's the name of the team?
Pretty Deadly, yeah, something like that. Yeah, they came out and kind of challenged them like they're going to go up against them on Saturday. I've heard a lot of people say why are they taking spots from young guys? I see it as if they go over, that gives all them down there opportunities to work with the New Day. Like all those young guys, which, I mean, if factions always break up. Factions have the history of factions, they always break up. The New Day is the exception to the rule here because they're still fucking going and they're still fucking the New Day. You know, everyone laughed at them that first day when they came out. And then next thing you know, J-Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think it's great. I think that's a great move. Another great move by Triple H, or whoever made that decision. We assume everything's Triple H now, right? Pretty sure it's Triple H.
Well, I mean, we think. I mean, he has a fucking army of people that give him ideas, I'm sure, too. Like, he pays a lot of people, a lot of writers. Like, that staff is 30 deep. But he gets credit for approving it. Like, I'm sure things like this were presented to the previous regime and got shot down because they said it wouldn't draw or whatever. But I think that's a great idea because, like I said, the tag belts are kind of dying on Mondays and Fridays.
Usos already defended belts on Monday. I think they defend the belts again tomorrow.
I mean, but they've had the belts for what, 2 years or a year and a half or two or something, and like they've defended them just a little bit more than Roman's defended his belts, which isn't much. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
No point Roman having two belts if you barely can defend the damn thing.
So like I feel like it's to the point now that can we just stop saying undisputed, make them one belt again? Or are we gonna split? Like get over the split brand bullshit?
They should have
just have tag and champ, and that's it, and let's move on.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my opinion.
I can't believe y'all mad about Roman not defending his titles. Like Bruno Sammartino didn't hold that belt for 4 years and fight like once every 4 months.
Yeah, it's the same. I didn't like that either. Yeah, I didn't like that either.
I mean, it's like
Hulk Hogan did the same thing. Hogan did the same thing.
Same thing with Brock Lesnar when he was champion too.
Hogan did the same thing. I get it though, man. He's doing the best work, and he's amazing. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think that Triple H is doing the best that he can with it. It's obvious the fans are tired of it. Everybody's tired of it. But like I think that you can't just pull out of that because it would look asinine stupid. Like go out there and lose in 5 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's. I just feel like they just need to make him.
Who do you think beats him?
Who do you
think takes Roman? I think easy way. Brock takes one of them.
Well,
but I think AJ.
He's gonna lose the belt at Mania, and I think it might be Cody.
Who?
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, because Cody's probably going to come back and win the Rumble because he's already ready to return.
That would be stupid.
Unless you pull a woo out of everybody, and if they turn on Sami Zayn, if the end game is Sami Zayn wins the belt, my God.
That's who I was going to vote for.
AJ.
My vote's for Sami.
Why could it be AJ?
Because he's over there messing triple threats with Judgment Day and OC and buried in that crap.
True.
Like they'd have to do a lot. I mean, he deserves it. Oh, talent. I mean, we're saying talent that deserves it. AJ all the time, all day.
Oh yeah.
There's no Seth Rollins. Like he had his chances, but
and another thing with Triple H that Vince McMahon will never do is he's letting some of the talent go to New Japan, like Carl Anderson, who's still the never open weight champion, which some people have forgotten.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to defend that belt at the World Tag League. So
that's why I'm saying it could be AJ. Like Triple H has been trying to knock on New Japan's door, and AJ being a world champion would be a great way to usher in that conversation. There's no
AJ may go. They may make a cameo up in New Japan too. AJ Styles may show up in New Japan anytime he wants.
Yeah, Shinsuke's going to be over there.
Sasha Banks is rumored to be at Wrestle Kingdom 17, and also still rumored to be, even though not contracted, but connected to people in WWE. Like that's what I'm saying. All the signs are there. Money in the Bank goes Cody, Rock beats Roman, and Cody cashes. That would be pretty cool. I gotta tell y'all, I do not see Cody beating Roman in a reality, and let me tell you why. I'm saying they could do it, but here's my take on this. Y'all are oversold on Cody. Y'all forget how quickly people grow tired of Cody. It's happened everywhere Cody's ever been. And honestly, like it's been able to be blamed on a lot of people, but don't forget, Cody Rhodes was never going to be able to challenge for the AEW title because he lost that match at the very beginning. Like Cody, even without being able to challenge for the title, people grew bored of Cody with the very next title that he had. It's how he's always done it. I just think it's not Cody. It can't be Cody. Man, heel Cody could do it. I get it, but you already have heel Roman. I mean, why would heel Cody beat heel Roman?
He's heel Roman that gets cheered, though. I think Roman gets bigger cheers than almost anybody on the roster, even though he's still heel.
That's true. About Did you hear that?
Cody, if it's not Cody, it's Sami Zayn.
Roman Reigns sending Sami Zayn to War Games was one of the most viewed and liked TikToks of all time.
All time. Yep.
What? Yep. And that's not a joke. When I saw it, it was at like 10.4 likes, 10.4 million likes. And that's usually a fraction of the views. I agree. I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of the bloodline still coming up. Roman might not. Roman could easily make it through WrestleMania.
Does Theory deserve his shot at the U.S. champ or
no?
No. Sucks too.
Yeah. No, moving on. So I think we mentioned not from the Theory thing, not what we're talking about. From Theory. We don't need to talk about Theory.
Yeah.
I saw also sad news though. I saw because Deanna put that Randy Orton, and there's a lot of not happy stuff coming from that because there's a lot people saying that we might not see him ever wrestle again. His rehab is not going well. His back is not doing well. It's going downhill more than recovery. Like it's not going in the direction that one would hope that for someone that's going to say, "Oh, I'm going to be back." That's going the opposite. So that's really scary. Being a big Randy Orton fan, I mean, I think he's one of the best to ever do it. And again, I think even though he's had fucking 14 title reigns, I think he's one of the most underrated wrestlers ever. So that sucks. That kind of bummed me out. It's just like, man, don't want to see someone go out like that. You know what I mean? Especially that level.
Well, keep in mind, every time that Randy got injured, it started off as a typical injury. I mean, at least in the beginning, it's been like typical injuries always look bad. Randy's a big healer. Like, it could look ugly, but Randy's a big healer. But at the same time, like, you run out of that. You know, what's he at? What's he, like 42 now? 42, 43? Yeah.
Just got out there.
He's got to be, yeah. Anyone that wants to look that up, that'd be good. But yeah, that's
but you know, Randy's going to be in the business for a long time. Like, not as a talent, but he'll immediately like transfer to a backstage role if he wants one, because like Randy's a genius, and Randy's one of the few people that like has been blessed that to be able to learn lessons the hard way and then come back and grow and learn from everything. He's got a lot to offer. But yeah, it is sad hearing that he might be potentially done.
He had that hell of a run with Matt Riddle too.
Well, Brett, I mean, and I was about to say that Riddle,
Arcade Bro,
and he's admitted that was fun to watch. Riddle rejuvenated.
Like number 6 tag team, PWI's number 6 tag team or whatever. They ranked high on there.
Yeah, I mean, well, Riddle, like Randy gave Riddle a lot of respect for making him kind of like what Pat McAfee did for Mike Cole's punk ass, like making him like rejuvenate himself. Yeah, fuck that guy. But Riddle did that for Randy Orton, which it's hard. You think, you know, fucking Randy Orton's been doing this for 20 years, but then this fucking Riddle comes along and makes him love wrestling again, and then he gets fucking hurt. That might be the hurt of like no more Randy Orton, man. Like that's just rips my heart out. Yeah, it's we'll see.
Shall see.
I say if his fucking music hits on January 21st.
Are y'all going to the Rebel show?
Y'all might hear me yelling from my house. I don't know if I'm gonna make it after all. 28th, sorry, January 21st. You're gonna hear us at the Wrestling at the Bar.
I was gonna say, why would you be at your house when you're running a PPW
That was your chance
show?
to correct me on a date. You could have got even with me. I caught myself before.
I'm not trying to make it out too much that I can remember PPW dates, and I'm struggling with GWC. Don't tell Jeff. Remember, that's our deal, everyone. We're not telling Jeff what Dose said.
Jeff watches this show every week. Sorry.
No, not this week. He would have surely. Jeff, I remembered. It's the 7th.
He'll watch it tonight. He'll watch
the 7th. I can't wait for January 7th.
Yeah, we'll start building that more when we get closer to it, because we put it over big time last week. But yeah, that's gonna be a great show. We mentioned Sasha. We mentioned. Yeah, I think that hit all the things that I had on my list. Because we mentioned, and we kind of went right through it with Sasha the Kingdom.
Yeah, New Japan invited Sasha Banks to be at the show.
Yeah, Brad said that.
She's actually going to compete.
Yeah, Brad said that. But what we were talking about before was like the rumor of it being maybe with Kyrie or Kyrie Saint, but she just goes by Kyrie now. Yeah, which I think. When I first said, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck's she going to do over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole nother style that we've never seen her do. That would be really interesting. Like, what the fuck would she do? But then we meet Kyrie is like, she could make that into something worth fucking giving a shit about, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because people still remember Kyrie from when she was over here.
Yep. People still remember that, yeah.
And she's one of my favorites. So I just found that interesting. Like, what the fuck's she going to do over there? Is my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't know. Like her gimmick, her style, like this, I don't really know. I don't.
And I know people are still.
That doesn't sound like New Japan.
People are still saying she's still with WWE. Who knows, really? So.
But I mean, so is Shinsuke. So's Kyle. Like, yeah, we need to move past the part that whether WWE they can't go nowhere. Like there's WWE people going to New Japan. Like there's going to be people over there, not all the time, but
yeah,
it's not out of. Like I know 6-8 months ago or whenever all this shit changed, yeah, that was out of the question, but it's not out of the question anymore.
Yeah, but the only thing I read when I read the article is that apparently that Sasha's not listed in the whatever the hell I mean the internal roster in WWE, but she's still on the website. So I'm like, I have no idea what that means. So,
how does that work? I don't know.
I have zero clue. So, but I know Sasha Banks is like trademarking like her, I guess, a new wrestling ring name, all her stuff outside of WWE. So.
Yeah.
She wants to be a movie star.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars TV show or whatever, right? What was it?
She wants to be a movie star. She wants to be
She's in The Mandalorian, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she is in The Mandalorian. So.
Not anymore, but she was.
She was.
Yeah, her character probably won't be back.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen any of it, so that's not me.
Oh, they were a group of people they met, and then he moved on to do other shit.
Nice.
That's Star Wars.
Moving on.
It's pretty much Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, sums it up.
That's all the wrestling stuff I have.
Yeah, and I think that's all the rest of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
We'll have more to talk about next week. So we will see y'all then.
Yeah.
Again, I just want to say... Say what?
I just said make sure you come back and see us next week. That's awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate all of you.
Yeah.
Talk about 121.
We already did that. Why weren't you tuned in for the whole show?
Go away. Just go away.
Why weren't you tuned in for the whole show, nasty hoe?
Or just don't come at all. Just don't come at all. Ever. Again.
All or nothing, BB. That's our boy. Much love, El Rayo.
All right. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate the sponsors from PPW again. Thank you for everybody that came to the show. Thank you for everybody that's watching now. See ya.
Adios.
Later, guys.